Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Something I really want every woman to know is this. While we cannot control the quantity of our eggs, we can absolutely influence their quality. The egg we ovulate today is a direct printout of what we were doing 3 months ago. And the same applies to the sperm. So yes, men, this message is for you too. So make sure to watch this video with your partner. Egg cells are the largest cells in the body and contain the most mitochondria of any cell type. These mitochondria, which are the powerhouses of energy, are basically helping with the development of a healthy embryo. So supporting the mitochondria is absolutely everything. And as we age, a few natural changes happen. First of all, we lose eggs over time. We ovulate around 400 to 500 times in a lifetime. There is also a gradual rise in chromosomal abnormalities as we age, and our eggs are exposed to oxidative stress that affects mitochondrial function. That's why we want to focus on mitochondrial health, antioxidant support, and energy balance, all the things that nourish life at its deepest cellular level. And by the way, if you haven't met me before, I am Claudia, a nutrition and dietetic clinician, and I work with women struggling with irregular periods, amenorrhea, challenge fertility. And if you want guidance and support, or if you simply want to receive more videos like this one, make sure to subscribe or click on my links below. But let's go back to the video. So when it comes to eat for egg quality, we need to start by looking at our diet, which is the foundation. So we already know that egg quality thrives on stable blood sugar, nutrient-dense food, and non-existent inflammation, ideally. So here is what your day on a plate could look like. First of all, we need to welcome the rainbow with fruits and veggies. Every color brings different antioxidants that protect your eggs from oxidative stress. So choosing seasonal and organic vegetables is actually the way to go. And you're going to be able to save some money too, because if you stick to seasonal veggies, you're going to realize that they are less expensive than having tomatoes during wintertime. Also, choose foods with minimal packaging. Real whole food supports real whole cells. I abide to the 80-20 rules as we don't thrive on restrictions and our body and our brain doesn't like that. And farm foods are absolutely part of a healthy and flexible life. But see if you can choose minimal packaging whenever it's available. Also prioritize healthy fats. So think about olive oil, avocado, fatty fish like sardines, anchovies, mackerel, nuts. These are all essential for absorbing fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K, all of which play a huge role in hormonal balance, egg health, and also hormonal health. Make sure to include lean proteins, lean healthy proteins. So we're not talking about protein from a Pop-Tart and because proteins are the building blocks for hormone synthesis and also tissue repair. And we don't want to forget our carbohydrates because they do help to regulate insulin and provide energy to our ovaries, and we need them to develop the follicles. So if we look at our diet, we have to think about three things. Carbs influence insulin and energy availability. Fats create the structures of steroid hormones like estrogen and progesterone, and proteins help build and signals every hormone in your body. So together, they keep your metabolism and fertility very much aligned. Something else that we cannot overlook is also our gut and the liver function. So your gut and liver are basically the crew, your hormonal cleanup crew. So the liver metabolizes estrogen and clear toxins that otherwise create inflammations and oxidative stress. And the gut helps eliminate these metabolites. So if digestion is sluggish, if you are suffering from reflux, if you're not going to the bathroom daily, the hormones can get recycled in a way that disrupt ovulation and disrupt your general well-being. So how can you support your liver and your gut? Make sure to eat fiber-rich foods such as veggies, seeds, legumes. Add cruciferous veggies like broccoli, kale, and cauliflower. Stay hydrated to keep the detox pathways moving. Reduce the toxic load. Make sure that you get some chia seeds, plenty of essential minerals into your diet. And when it comes to reducing the toxic loads, just think about limiting plastics, alcohol, cigarettes, mold as well. We can find lots of mold that come from coffee beans and peanut butters especially, and heavily processed products. I'm a big fan of getting rid of all plastic, so avoid cooking in, drinking from, wrapping food with plastic. We really literally we don't need it. So if there is one thing and just one thing that you can do today just to support your egg quality and your vitality in general, is to decrease the amount of endocrine disruptors that you welcome into your life. And a big step forward is just to avoid plastic completely. Just get rid of it, recycle it, just use it for a completely different purposes, but just make sure that all the plastic is out of your kitchen. Step number 3 is supplements. So when it comes to supplements, quality and purpose really matter. Here is what research supports at this stage. CoQ10 fuels the mitochondria inside your eggs and improves both egg and sperm quality. NAD+ precursors help with cellular energy and DNA repair. Vitamin D. So studies have shown that women with optimal vitamin D levels have better egg quality and higher AMH, which is the ovarian reserve, over time. Cod liver oil for omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin E, supports inflammation and balance the hormonal health. And then obviously a prenatal with chelated minerals and vitamin A, C, and selenium. They're all powerful antioxidants that really do protect the eggs from oxidative damage. And if you have been taking the pill, some of those micronutrients may be depleted, and it can take up to 6 to 12 months for your AMH levels to normalize after stopping the pill and for your body to work as it used to before you started the pill. But please remember, this video is for entertainment only, so don't go out and buy random poor quality supplements that could potentially affect your well-being instead of improving it. Always work with a qualified professional and avoid doing it on your own. Please, please, please. And now let's talk about sleep, light, and nervous system health. So your circadian rhythm controls not just sleep, but reproductive hormones, timing. So here is your fertility-friendly sleep toolkit. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality rest each night. If you are a woman, try and go to sleep at 9 o'clock because that's when melatonin pulses. Melatonin pulses at 10 o'clock at night for men, but it pulses at 9 o'clock at night and then 11 o'clock at night for women. So if you go to sleep at 10, it's going to be actually much harder for you to fall asleep instead of you going to sleep at 9 o'clock. Minimize EMF exposure whenever you can. So keep your phone off or on airplane mode, especially at night. Switch off all the big electronics that are in your bedroom. Just make sure that your laptop is not close to your genitalia, and just keep your laptops and your phones far away from your body whenever you can throughout the day. Use red light therapy if that's available to you, or simply get some natural sunlight in the morning. It really helps to regulate melatonin, mitochondrial function, and your circadian rhythm. And make sure to schedule downtime. Nervous system safety equals hormone safety. And your eggs really do respond to peace and restoration. And please remember that laying on the couch and scrolling through Instagram and comparing yourself to others, or listening to a podcast that really revs up your brain, especially at nighttime, that's not resting. It's just clogging up your brain once again with something that looks like resting, but it isn't. And last but not least, movement is medicine when it's in balance and when it's working with your body and not against it. So intense exercise with too little food can trigger an energy deficit, and that disrupt your hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis, which is the command center for your hormones. That's when ovulation stops and hypothalamic amenorrhea or anovulatory cycles tend to happen. So here is what happens when energy is too low. Cortisol increases and that suppresses reproductive hormones. Estrogen drops and the cycle disappears, and recovery really slows down and oxidative stress increases. So not a great combination for your poor egg quality. But moderate, consistent movement paired with enough food, rest, and joy, and downtime and sleep can really enhance circulation, insulin sensitivity, and egg health. So if you do have a regular period, you're more than welcome to strength train at least 2 to 3 times a week. You can add in walking daily, stretching, Pilates, yoga, mobility. You may want to include some jumps or heel drops just after period recovery because they're fantastic for bone density and endocrine signaling. But make sure to recover well. Your ovaries really thrive when your nervous system is not in fight and flight. Now, let's keep other key factors in mind. First of all, managing stress. Chronic stress disrupts our hypothalamus, so your body doesn't ovulate if it doesn't feel safe. Maintain also a healthy body composition. Being underweight or overweight can both disrupt estrogen production. Address your thyroid. If you have an hypothyroid picture or an hyperthyroid picture, both can interfere with ovulation. So make sure that you are on top of your thyroid health. Be very mindful of caffeine, alcohol, and smoking. Definitely no caffeine on an empty stomach. You can get rid of alcohol completely during the preconception window, and smoking is just so 80s. So if you're still doing it, just stop. They all affect oxidative stress and egg health and our well-being in general. And once again, if you have been taking the pill or if you have been on a hormonal contraception, give your body time to recalibrate. This is a phase of gentle nourishment, but also reconnection. So we need to switch the signal back on. Now remember, every egg that matures today represents your body's cumulative story of nourishment, rest, and balance over the past 3 months. What you eat, how you sleep, how you move, and how you recover, it's basically telling your body if there is safety and abundance so that you can reproduce. So if you have to focus on something today, apart from getting rid of plastic, is to reduce inflammation overall. Mental inflammation, emotional inflammation, inflammation that comes from food and exercise. Support your mitochondria, which means support your energy level, balance your macros, make sure that you're eating enough, manage stress, or just start looking for tools that can help you to manage the stress. Prioritize rest. Always, especially when tired, especially when you don't have regular cycle, especially when you're not ovulating or not sleeping enough. And when you do all of that, your body knows exactly how to respond. And wonderful people, if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more evidence-based fertility and hormone support tips. And don't forget to watch my next video if you want to learn more of how to support your hormonal health. Thank you for being here with me today. Bye for now.